Where do I even begin? It all started off when this guy decided that we were going to be this hot motorcycle couple. But you can't be hot anything in winter in Canada. So we decided to drive and ride 5,476 kilometers to Mexico. Oh, and we decided to bring our dog with us. So we would now be this hot motorcycle couple with a dog. So first things first, we needed to figure out how to get this adorable 90-pound dog on the motorcycle. Piece of cake. This is literally our kitchen right now. Go boy, go boy. So Kala's seat has been a journey in itself, but I'll save you the details. But let me tell you, it wasn't ready until literally the last minute of our trip, which meant I literally had no practice riding with a dog on the bike until the last minute of our trip. But that was future Darsha's problem. Now it was time to leave. Whoa. Okay, we are running so late. In classic Aldo and Dash fashion, we're still packing. Just like that, we're on the ferry.
Main passenger level techniques.
And somehow we made it onto the boat. So we just got off the ferry. That was our first hurdle. Getting on the ferry isn't really a hurdle, but the fact that we were running late and we could have almost missed it made it a bit of a challenge. But now we're on to our next difficult step, which is the border crossing. We've done the border crossing before, but this time we have a lot of baggage. We have the bikes in the back. We have Kala. So this time it's going to be different, but hopefully it'll go smoothly and we'll be done with that soon. We just have an hour or so to go before we get to the border crossing.
Hi. Good. Nova Scotia. Atlanta.
Hello from our hotel. We have officially entered the US of A. So the border crossing was actually a breeze. We literally just breezed through it. I don't know why we always get nervous, but yeah, it was no problem at all. So we are somewhere here right now. So the plan is to first get to Atlanta, where we are stopping for a few days to meet friends. Then we are going to drive all the way to Phoenix, Arizona, where we will say goodbye to the van. And from there on, we're riding the motorcycles down all the way to Mexico. And that is the plan so far. Here's crazy. Don't ask me how, but we have somehow ended up in New York City, the one place we did not want to end up in. We're literally now in traffic. No idea how that happened. But at least we get to see the city. And just like that, we are at our hotel. Man, that was some drive. We drove some 9.5 hours today, and we are just... What? And we're all clearly very excited that we are here. We will pick back up tomorrow. But for now, we're just gonna go to bed. But yeah, see you in the morning. are almost at our halfway point. We're gonna spend tonight at a friend's place. We're actually gonna spend a couple of days there. We have a few other friends of ours who are gonna be joining us over the next couple of days for an adult sleepover, pretty much. Yeah, we're just gonna hang out with our friends and it's gonna be a fun few days. So that is what's on the agenda for now.
Well, the sun has come out after 2 days.
Yeah.
It's the first time since we left. Near best dude.
So after 2 days of driving, we're finally driving when it's not snowing or raining or foggy or dark. We're finally seeing the sun. The road is clear and clean, but for some reason the camera doesn't want to focus. But that's okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. Clearly someone has been driving for too long.
No, basic mudichitana.
Okay, so it's been a while.
It's been 4 days.
Way more than that. 5 days? Not sure. Anyway, it is whatever day it is. As planned, we went to Atlanta to meet our friends. We had a wonderful time there. We got to hang out with them and we played some games and it was just an amazing time. Today we're gonna try to sleep in the van, do whatever we can and just get to Phoenix.
Not today. That's not happening today.
I mean, we're not gonna stop until we get there. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we'll stop.
Aldo, you just stop taking things so literally.
It's confusing.
Anyway, we'll see you on the road. So now that we're stopped, we're dealing with this headlight.
Yep.
The bulb is gone, so we're gonna try
I think
to
it was
replace
because of all the rain that we went through.
Yeah, it burnt out.
Yeah, from Maine to Newark.
And you can put the bulb in, like if you go through somehow.
Yeah.
But we can't do that because our bulb and the casing is already shot. So we have to take the whole casing off and then put the bulb in. So this is gonna take a while. Especially with Aldo doing the job. So this is Aldo's handiwork. There's some duct tape in there. What else you got in there?
Well, the casing broke, so the bulb wouldn't stay in place.
Well, it works.
What's wrong with that? Wrong bulb. Of course, I removed the whole thing without checking first, but I'm trying to remove the high beam bulb and put it on the regular bulb because they're both the same.
Okay, so another day of driving. We're making pretty good time so far. We are somewhere in Texas. And if all goes according to plan, we should be in Arizona tonight. The weather's looking good. It's not raining, but it's definitely cooler than it was yesterday. Yesterday was like dumb luck or something. It was almost 25 degrees, but today it's cooled down quite a bit. I think it's around 8 degrees Celsius. I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but yeah, we'll keep at it.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
Never heard of that before?
No.
Well, now you heard it. Keep on keeping on.
Yeah, you heard it first here. West Texas is giving such a Western vibe. Like, I don't know what to expect coming in here, but there's like red sand and there are ranches, there are tumbleweeds on the road. It's definitely interesting how the terrain just changed like that. Well, also we were driving through the night and we didn't see much of it like last night, but this morning we woke up and we're driving and it's like you're in a Western movie. I'll be back. Don't eat without me. Okay?
Okay.
Did you already eat without me?
Just one little piece from here. Why are you sad?
Because we paid like 30 Canadian dollars, 33 Canadian dollars for like a small plate of food for one person, and it wasn't even enough, and now I'm still hungry,
So we are
and so now I'm at McDonald's.
Where is it? I can't see. Yeah.
I was like, oh, we got like Texas, we have to try barbecue, and so we went to this barbecue place and it was like a major fail, and just
Well, first of all, you ordered something else and they gave you the wrong plate.
yeah, they gave me the wrong thing, and then I went back and they're like, no, this is what we gave you, and I was too
Canadian.
yeah to ask them to fix my order, and then I didn't get any gravy. It was just an overall flop. That's it. Stop recording my face.
Oh, that's a happy meal.
Aldo, shut up. The flatland has opened up and now there are mountains, which I only want to take as a sign that we're getting closer to our destination. But it's absolutely beautiful right now. The sun is setting, it's hitting the mountains. It's a really nice drive.
Hola.
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 Hola,
Good morning.
señorita.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenos días. So, as you may or may not know, I've had a bit of a struggle finding good motorcycle pants. They're okay, but I don't know, I'm just not used to. They're like so rigid and they're a little annoying. A couple of days ago when we were in Atlanta, I tried on a pair of pants that I really liked at Cycle Gear. I've been calling it Pro Cycle, but it's Cycle Gear. So I tried on a pair of pants, but they look good, but they didn't have my size. So while we're heading west, we found another Cycle Gear that had my had those pants in my size. I'm gonna try to stop at that cycle gear and try on those pants. It's been like almost two months since we've gotten back on the bike. So, and this time we have Kala. So that's gonna be interesting. We'll talk more as we go. So yeah. Okay, bye. Why don't you just say welcome to Arizona?
Welcome to Arizona.
There you go. See?
The land of the Great Grand Canyon.
That was way better than a sign.
Yep. It had a little bit of sun like that.
Yeah, and then it had a cactus. One cactus, two cacti. Yeah, it had that.
Yeah, but we are in the island of deserts. Desert island, like island of mountains in the desert, something like that. They had a board explaining what this area is all about and the history and things like that. Anyway, heading to Tucson, Arizona.
Okay, so the hunt for my pants continues. We went to what's it called again? Cycle gear. We went to this one cycle gear shop where we had a pant reserved, but when I tried it on, it didn't fit. Then I tried on a few other pants, and then they didn't quite work out either. For some reason, the options are very limited, and they suggested that I pick from the men's line, and it's just not the same, I think. But anyway, so worst case scenario, that's what I'm gonna have to do. But I'm gonna give it one more try at this other shop. Right now, Aldo has gone into like a Suzuki dealership to get some parts. So the other day when we were like checking the bikes, we noticed that there was some fork oil leaking from my bike. So we changed one side of it and we never changed the other side, and we thought like, we'll deal with it when we deal with it, and it's time to deal with it. So it was leaking, so now Aldo's gone in to get like a fork seal, and we also realized that we don't have any tubes in case of emergency, so he's also picking up some tubes. And yeah, after this we're gonna go to another store to try on some pants. We hit a bit of a roadblock yesterday. Number one, I did not end up getting the pants that I wanted, so that sucked. Number two, we could not find a fork seal for my bike anywhere. Like, we called a bunch of shops, we went to the Suzuki dealership, like no one had it. And then finally, luckily we're in a big city, so we went on Amazon and they had like same day delivery. So we went and placed an order for the part really quickly, and we waited almost like till 10 o'clock last night to get the part, and then we finally got it, and then we bought all the supplies to actually do the change. But yeah, it was quite a day. It was just nerve-wracking, like to the last minute. And then we got into this campsite late last night, and today we're gonna try to do our fork seal, my fork seal, and do a little practice run. And yeah, that's kind of the plan for today. I'm not gonna foreshadow anymore. Let's just see how it goes.
Yeah, look at that. There's a pool of fork oil.
On the bright side though, this campsite is absolutely like amazing. Chef's kiss. It's sandy and there are these bushes and then there are mountains in the background right there.
Operation ready ஆயிடுச்சு.
show me your exceptional tool.
It's a 1-inch steel tubing. Thanks to YouTube University.
Did you get the right?
It's not locking in place.
So typically you get like 1-inch steel tubing, and then you can remove the seal.
The cartridge inside, like.
Yeah, there's a special tool for it, but people use like 1-inch square tubing. But obviously, as our luck would have it, the square tubing we got is off by some millimeter or something. So it is 1-inch square tubing, but it's he just dropped the spring in his hand. But that's okay. You can wash it and wipe it. Anyway, so now we're trying to figure out what to do. But you know what? No surprises there. Like, this is totally expected, so we'll figure it out. Okay, so it did go in. We just had to tap it in with a hammer a little bit, and now it's sitting in place, and we can take it out. Thank God. That was a little scary.
Yeah, I think it was sitting in the cold.
Yeah, and it just compressed, expanded. One of those things has happened. And then we just like tapped it in with a hammer and it worked. So don't be afraid to use a little force in life where needed.
See how rusted it is?
Yeah.
I don't want to scratch the cylinder too much. Yeah. Keep this safe.
Safe.
Yeah, that's everything. Yeah, it's a little rough here, you see. Like it's not smooth, like it's pretty scratchy. All the way in like this, and then as it gets in, I'm gonna sort of lay it a little flat so it doesn't go crashing down. Why is it trying? I should probably use a funnel or something.
No, it's fine. It's got that pouring thing.
Oh. Madam.
Okay, so today is going way better than yesterday. We finally fixed the fork seal. We found a place to drop our van off for, the duration of our trip. Today is officially the day we say goodbye to the van and then hop on those two things and head down to Mexico. Simple as that. Piece of cake. So in the excitement of leaving, I managed to unplug my mic, but the gist is we dropped our van off about 471 kilometers from the Mexico border and hopped on our bikes. Since this was my first time riding with Kala, I decided I was not going to film anything. I could just stay focused on the ride. I was truly impressed at how well balanced the bike was and how well Kala handled it, especially with the limited training he had. Obviously, by the time we left the storage unit, we had limited daylight left to work with. So unfortunately, we couldn't get to the camp spot we had planned in time. Luckily, the owner of the gas station we stopped at let us camp on her property. It wasn't the most glamorous camp spot with the road on one side, the highway and train tracks behind us, but it did the trick and we were grateful. We hit the road again, anxious because today would be the day we cross over into Mexico. After almost 2 weeks on the road, I was so anxious and excited for the adventure that awaited us. So we're here at a Starbucks trying to figure out insurance before we cross the border. Carla is over there just chilling. We're hoping to finish this in the next few minutes and then hit the road and yeah, cross the border. Hopefully it won't take that long because it's already mid-morning, so we're cutting it a little close. I think we'll see how it goes.
This is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside. You said there was
Hey, I have a question. Does he handle pretty good right there?
Yeah, he does, yeah.
He likes it, huh?
When we are stopped, like he gets a little hot, but when you're riding,
I like the googles.
Que é pra esquecer, tá dando desculpa pra deixar as coisas do jeito que elas são. Esperança ao resto do chão. O teu mantra é deixar pra lá. Se alguém faz do teu corpo peão, te tira do eixo, faz girar, tremendo nas bases, solução você põe na contramão. O melhor é deixar pra lá. Pingo nos is, tintim por tintim, meticulosa, particular. Na falta de um pormenor, se espiche e aumenta a questão. Melhor deixar pra lá. Venha cambiar pra inquietar teu coração.
Welcome to Mexico. So we're officially in Mexico. We made it all the way from Canada to Mexico. Like, I have to keep telling that because it feels like feels like the journey was going on forever. We just were itching to get out of the van, and then we finally, we got out of the van and we jumped on the bikes, and here we are, and the adventure is just beginning. The border crossing yesterday was pretty overwhelming actually, but at the same time it went by really quick. It was just overwhelming because of the sheer anxiety that's there around bag checks, and it's like being at a TSA at the airport or something. But Other than that, they were really sweet, and the process really didn't take that long. I think all in all, by the time we got our visas and everything, it was just 15 minutes, but the rest of it was putting our bags back and strapping everything back in place because we had to open it and all of that. So we arrived at this spot late. When we came in, it was dark, and when we woke up, we realized that there were like mountains in the background and there was a river on the other side. We knew about the river, but we did not know about the mountains in the background. So it was like a really pleasant surprise. And we met like a really nice couple here who have been to Baja like and Mexico like 4 or 5 times, so they know what they're talking about. So they gave us some really great pointers, but we had an amazing time, and like I said, the adventure's just beginning. We made it from Canada to Mexico, and that's it. Stay tuned for whatever we get up to, I guess. That's it. Thanks, bye.
Você